This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
And now back to the continuation of the story from a few minutes ago. You're on the Best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Mike Ritz, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
How you doing? Now, what's your background?
Interrogator, military, Army.
Now, what happens at your little resort you've got going there in Georgia? Take us through what happens. You call up, you sign in, you show up on whatever day, and what happens?
Yeah, that's what everybody wants to know, what really happens. And we give out a little bit, but the most important part or element of this program is the unknown, the fact that they don't know what they're going into.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what. I've interviewed celebrities, my friend. I can get this information out of you.
We'll see who's the better interrogator.
We'll see.
I will say this. People have this concept of interrogation being pulling out teeth and pulling fingernails and breaking limbs and all this. Obviously, we can't do that. We're a business. We don't do that.
Well, you're not saying that you don't lay a hand on the people.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
You must have some serious waiver that you have to sign when you come out there.
Yeah, they sign a waiver.
So what kind of are the people given like a piece of information?
Yeah, when they basically, as soon as they sign up and they send in their check, then they get an information packet, and it tells them, what they need to do, basically. Meet at the airport. Of course, everyone meets at Atlanta Airport, and at that point, they're going to meet the civilian contact who's going to brief them on what they have in store. But basically, we keep everything kind of under wraps, and they get fed little bit by little bit until they're in the situation that they, get in.
Where is this? Where do they go if they go to the airport? I thought it was in North Georgia.
Yeah, they go to Atlanta Airport, and then the actual campsite is around Athens area.
Oh, so they drive. Okay.
Yeah, but we never let people know exactly where we're located because, once again, that ruins the surprise element.
But they are, it's safe to assume that they're kept in some type of prisoner of war situation. They're not given a nice little cushy queen-size bed.
Roger, right? Definitely.
And, no, it's Jimmy. Okay. And so, let's say you're in a prisoner of war environment. Maybe you can't tell us what you guys do down there, but maybe you can tell us what are some very common things that interrogators will do to try to get information out of people in a prisoner of war thing.
Well, it depends on, which force it is that we're dealing with. The United States, we have our hands tied because we follow Geneva Conventions. So as far as any type of physical type of coercion, we don't use it.
What kind of mental coercion?
As far as that goes, we're not, based on Geneva Conventions, there are only, there are so many rules of engagement, but actually interrogation's not quite as Hollywood and glamorous as a lot of people think if you're in the United States military.
Well,
it's a lot of tedious questioning, structured methodology to get information out.
I read about guys being strung up with their hands tied behind their back, strung up and left to hang, having to spend hours and hours on their knees on a cement floor.
Right, and a lot of people think that's what we do in our program, but 80% of this is psychological. Now, our aspect is very high pressure. We're going to do everything to keep you stressed out the entire time. Once they come to us, they're not going to sleep, chances are.
What does this cost?
It's $6.95.
And that's for how long?
It's from Friday to Sunday.
Now, I saw a picture in the in one of the magazines, or it may have been on your website, and like in one of them, it was a picture of two guys putting an arm bar on another guy.
Right.
So, there is some physical contact. It's not just a matter of making the guy, of asking the guy a question without saying please.
Right. We use pain compliance techniques.
Compliance.
We have former military police that run all the security in the situation and control the people.
Ever had anyone try to sue you?
No.
No? Never?
No. We don't step across our bounds,
Right.
and people know what they're getting into. We educate them before they come in, and we also have a trained medic on site at all times. So, in case we were to ever have a problem, which we haven't.
Just
but.
in case.
Just in case. And here's what I don't see, because, you and I were talking on the phone yesterday, and you said that nobody doesn't not talk.
Right.
Yeah, nobody doesn't talk. There we go. I had one too many negatives in there. You'll forgive me. If nobody doesn't talk, I mean, you guys must be doing something hardcore in there. I mean,
I would say that the interrogation staff are the best of the mind screwing, so to speak. I mean, they're good.
Can you give us a little hint or taste of how do you screw with somebody's mind that much that they give up this information, especially knowing that, at the end of the day, they're really not going to get killed?
There are various techniques, Jimmy. I mean, there's a lot of different techniques to doing things, and we don't usually give out any of them. We let people experience them firsthand,
A lot of screaming.
Oh, yeah, there's different things. We might be your buddy 1 minute, we might be hell the next minute. So, I mean, it just depends, and we'll bounce back and forth and turn it on and turn it off. Interrogators are some of the best actors in the world,
Can you bail if you want to? Can people get out of there if they get there and pay their $6.95 and go, you know what, screw this?
Yeah, they can quit any time, definitely. We can't do that. Then we would have lawsuits.
Right.
Barnes had asked a question before we had you on, which is, what is the point? People, what are they trying to get out of this?
I think the majority of the people are just trying to see how tough they are and what they're really made of.
You guys get a lot of hard-ass guys down there who think they're tough, who think they can't be broken, and then...
Those guys are usually the ones that fall the quickest.
Isn't
The guys
that
that come in,
I love it.
Yeah, they usually crash hard. The guys that come in and realize, this is going to be really tough, but I'm going to hang in as long as I can, those are the guys that do better.
It says, during the program, participants get little or no sleep, are extremely uncomfortable, are under great emotional and physical stress, and are pushed to their individual physical and psychological limits.
How many people do you get a weekend?
8 to 12.
Yeah, I like this. The less a prisoner cooperates with the interrogators and the guards, the more pain compliance that prisoner can expect.
You know what would suck if you sign up and you're like the only guy that signs up that weekend?
You got like 8 guys.
Brian, you break.
Man.
I break by about 7:30, and I got there at 7.
We try to have everybody make it till Sunday because, I mean, when it all comes down to it, we're an entertainment/recreation company too. So we try not to crush them within 4 hours or anything. We try to have them hold
Ease
out.
in.
So.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I these guys who go through this for real, and I mean, when I say for real, I mean
The military training.
military, SEALs, Navy SEALs, and special ops guys.
Right.
These guys are made of something that most of us can't comprehend. And I mean, I'd love to get one of these guys to talk to us but see, they won't talk. These guys don't talk about what the training's like, and they never will. I mean, Jesse Ventura, who probably will talk about anything, and it's the one thing you can ask him about, won't talk about it. Mike Ritz, Team Delta, for the psycho in you.
The best of the Morning X. 99X.
Bravo TV star Lala Kent holds nothing back.
I think the boundaries are getting a little unboundaried, but that's fine.
From relationships
It's grabbing coffee with your friends. That is
right up my alley.
Right?
to business and beyond.
Where there's history, true friendships, but it's fine. I've also been a rat. I'm obsessed with her. I hate her. Literally the exact same feeling.
If you really want to party,
You have to have the perfect combination.
Give them Lala. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.